Good morning, students. Today I came back with your exercise 3B topic squares and square roots. Dear children, in our previous class, after completion of 3A, there we have learned about properties of squares and square roots. So that properties will now be applied in this exercise. Now in our question number 1 that we have seen here, some numbers are given. I think in your book there are near about 8 numbers are given in question number 1. Here I have taken only 3 numbers because of limited space. So in our first question, number 5372 is given. So by using first property, in that property we have learned that as per questions, because in question given that these numbers are not a perfect square. So my dear students, numbers ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8 is never a perfect square. We don't have to find out their prime factors to identify whether they are perfect square or not. We can understand or we can explain this through this property. This property says that number ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8 is never a perfect square. So that here we see in question number 1 and question number 2, number ends with 2 and 7. Hence 5372 is not a perfect square, as well as 8457. There we have seen number ends with 7, that is also not a perfect square. This is the reason that we don't have to find out their prime factor. In number question 3rd, that is after 25, there are 5 zeros. Since these zeros are in counting odd numbers, that means 5 zeros are there. So as per that property, number ends with odd number of zeros are never being a perfect square. So we can write or we can explain or we can give reason through these properties only in this exercise, and we can understand that these numbers are, why these numbers are not a perfect square. Now question number 2. These questions are based on the property that squares of even numbers are even number, that we have to apply in question number 2, as well as in question number 3 we have to apply next property, that is squares of odd numbers are odd numbers. So in question number 2, numbers are given 196, 441, 900. So 196, in case of 196, since 196 is an even number, so obviously it is a square of even number. 441, see 441 is an odd number, so it is not a square of even number. 900, number of zeros ends with 9, 2 zeros are there, that means even number of zeros, hence 900 is a square of even number. Now question number 3, which of the following are squares of odd numbers? Now first question 484, second one is 8949. First question or first number is an even number, so it is not a square of odd number. In case of 8949, since number ends with 9, which is a odd number, hence number 8949 is not a square of even number, it is square of odd numbers. Rest of the questions that you have in your textbook that you have to solve in your home assignment. Next, question number 4. Here another property being used. See the numbers, these are all odd numbers. So by using the property we have to find out their addition without adding them. Means these numbers are not being added as per given, we can use to add them without adding them. As per property, sum of first n odd natural numbers, these are all natural numbers but they are odd numbers. That means n odd natural numbers is always equal to square of natural number. So sum of first n odd natural numbers equal to 10 square. How do we get this 10? By counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are 10 odd natural numbers. That means square of 10 is always equal to 100. So without adding we get their result, that is 100 is the sum of this n number of odd natural numbers. Now question number 5. Here again square of one odd number is given. We have to write this number in the form of n addition of n numbers of n odd numbers, odd natural numbers, so that we know that n square is equal to the sum of first n odd numbers. Already here been given that 81 is the square of 9. 81 equal to square of 9, that is sum of 9 odd numbers. We have to write them 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, 9 plus 11 plus 13, 15, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 9 odd natural numbers. Their sum is equal to 81. Now we have to solve question number 6, that is based on Pythagorean triplets. Here question is given that we have to find out smallest member is given. We have to find out triplet of number 6. See, from properties of square root, there we have learned about Pythagorean triplet. They are given when a natural number is greater than 1, then it may be 2m, twice of m, then m square minus 1, second number, and third number will be m square plus 1. So first of all, this 6 to be put in 2m equal to 6, where we have to find out value of m, that is 3. Now 3 members of this triplet, or 3 numbers of this triplet is 2m, m square minus 1, m square plus 1. Since we get the value of m, then putting the value of m in 2m, there we will get one of the triplet, one of the number of triplet is 6. Then m square minus 1, here we again get 8, and third one is m square plus 1, there we get 10. In this way we can find out Pythagorean triplets through smallest member of the family. Now question number 7. Here we have to evaluate 38 square minus 37 square. Again, that we have learned from the property, that is n plus 1 whole square minus n square is always equal to n plus 1 plus n. That means here is the smallest number, that is 37. 37 plus 1 is always 38, whose square, whole square being subtracted by the smallest number square. Or after solving this, here we will get n plus 1 plus n. That means 37 plus 1 plus 37 is always equal to 75. As usual, about 218 whole square minus 217 square, that will given 435. Question number 8. By using the formula a plus b whole square, we have to find out the value of 310 square. First of all, we have to change it in a plus b form. That is 310 can be written as 300 plus 10, where its value not been changed. So 300 represents a and 10 represents b. So that after putting the value of a and b into this formula, we get the value of 310 whole square, that is 96,100. Now question number 9. Using the formula a minus b whole square, we have to find out the value of 196 whole square or 196 square. Again, 196 to be written as a by b form, where 200 represents a and 4 represents b. Thereafter, when we substitute the value of a and b into this formula, we will get here 38,460. Now about question number 10. Here we have to find out product of 69 into 71. Again, we have to change them in a minus b form and a plus b form, where 69 can be written as 70 minus 1 without changing its value, as well as 17 as 70 plus 1, so that for a is 70, for b is 1, so that a square minus b square, that is equivalent to 4,899. Now for question number 11, we have to find out the value of 88 into 92. Again, we have to change them in a and b form, where 88 can be written as 90 minus 2 without changing its value, and 92 is always equal to 90 plus 2. Thereafter, 90 square, that is a square minus 2 square, that is b square, that is equal to 8,996. Children, that you have seen that more questions are being unsolved, that you have to solve in your classwork copy and send back to your subject teacher as your assignment. And 12 and 13 are to be self-practice questions that will be solved by you. In this way, your exercise 3B is now been completed. Okay, thank you.